Here with my best friend in the whole wide world, K Smooth. Let's start from the beginning. Tell everybody from the best of your recollection how you and I met.
I remember the first time I met dog. I thought he was Mexican, to be honest with you. The way he used to dress with his little tagger.
I was a tagger back in the
Yeah,
day.
he had the little Pendleton on with the t-shirt with the guy with the spray can. with his long hair.
Yeah, I had hair, believe it or not, guys.
Yeah, so I thought he was a little SA tagger dude. Come to find out, he was half black and white. It was crazy.
So before you moved to Compton, you were living in Lynwood, right?
That's correct.
Okay, tell us what it was like living in Lynwood.
Back in the day, that's when you was like when kids used to actually go outside and play. So we'd be outside on our bikes, chilling, hanging, playing murder ball, 3 flies up, cops and robbers, hide and go get it, you know, the indoor ditch, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? When kids used to actually get outside, didn't have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, like being bothered by any gamer, because my childhood best friend, like brothers, was from, you know what I'm saying, the gangs where, you know what I'm saying, I lived. You know what I'm saying? So we was protected. Only got the bad thing is because me and my brothers were like one of the only few that had both of our parents in the house. So the street lights came on. We was like one of the only ones that had to go in the house. When my mom come outside, like, Jamil, Camille, Raji. We already know. Everybody just be like, oh, they gotta go. So that was kind of embarrassing, but hey, I was blessed to have both of my parents. So.
You said you were one of the only kids with a mom and a dad in the house. How important do you think it was, or how did it mold you that you actually grew up with a man in the house?
Oh man, in so many ways. It helped me become a better father. Helped me, you know what I'm saying, be able to like take on challenges. Just be stronger, you know. Just my everyday life, you know what I'm saying, as far as who I am today, pretty much, you know what I'm saying. Me and my brothers, like, because without them, you know what I'm saying, like, if it was just my mom, I'm like the neighborhoods I grew up in Lynwood and as far as Compton, like, would have probably ended up in a gang or in some trouble or dead or in jail by now. So it was definitely a blessing, you know what I'm saying, having him, you know what I'm saying, there, you know what I'm saying, the whole time. Because there's a lot of kids I grew up with, very talented, you know what I'm saying, smart, you know what I'm saying, but they didn't have that. They didn't have that guidance, and they, you know what I'm saying, they could have been somewhere playing college basketball or football, but they winded up, the streets got them. So it was like a blessing, you know what I'm saying, to have my dad there, most doubt.
Yeah, your father was a father figure to me also, because I spent so much time at your house, and he was at one time around more than my own dad was, so I definitely will respect him and love him for life for that, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was cool. I mean, shit, he was...
He ruled with an iron fist, though, dog. He didn't mess around, man.
And, I mean, it was like that with all the homies. I remember, like sometimes when he got me and my brothers together and talked to us about stuff, he would have you, Bone, DeRay, all y'all come through and talk.
It was like the dad and Boys in the Hood, you know what I'm saying? He would drop game. When did you guys move to Compton?
I moved to Compton when I was 9 years old.
What was your experience like when you first moved to Compton?
It was different than Lynwood, like.
How so?
As far as like the gangs over there were a little bit more active, I would guess. Well, mainly because where I grew up, like as you know, I grew up in Kelly Park. Right down the street you had Atlantic Drive, Cribs, and then down the other way you had, you know, neighborhood, and then
South
on
side.
the other side of Laundry over that way you had South Side. So there's a lot of activity going over there, like opposed to when I grew up in Lynwood. You know what I'm saying? You just had Lynwood and Hood right there, so it wasn't a lot of mess going on. When I moved to Compton, you know what I'm saying, you had drive-bys, and, you know what I'm saying, like have to sleep on the floor sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
I remember.
In fear of a stray bully coming through the house. And so in that sense, it was different. I remember, like within the first month we moved there, my brother was walking to the bus stop to go to football practice or something like that, and got approached by, you know what I'm saying, a dude from Atlantic Drive, Cribs, and tried to rob him, you know, did rob him. them dudes you just don't mess with. Them fools rob their own mama, you know what I'm saying? Because they be on that sherm all the time. So it was an adjustment. But after we had been there a while, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like the people that we got to know, you know what I'm saying? Like my next door neighbor, Sabrina.
Shout out Sabrina.
And Brandon across the street, and then Tanya and all them, and then branching off like Keisha and the whole gang.
Shout out Keisha, that's the homegirl too, man.
The whole gang or whatever, and Nikki, all them. So yeah, we made some good lifetime, you know what I'm saying, friends over there. And yeah, I mean, like we wound up being, you know what I'm saying, being cool. But like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying, like some of my other friends that I knew over there from playing ball at Kelly Park and stuff like that, hella athletes. You know what I'm saying, got caught up, you know what I'm saying, in the gang life. And I mean, they could have done stuff better with their life, but it didn't work out like that for them.
Tell us the good, the bad, and the ugly about living in Compton.
Let's see. The good is if I'm out somewhere where there's somebody messing with me, like, yeah, I'm from Compton. Oh, no.
He ain't lying though, actually. No.
No, but it toughens you up. You know what I'm saying? It toughens you up, you know what I'm saying, to be able to take on a lot of shit. Growing up in Compton, it's like, shit, I ain't scared to go nowhere. Shit, man, I grew up in Compton. Like,
not much is worse than Compton.
What's gonna be worse? So, like, it is what it is. The bad, you know what I'm saying, is like, you know what I'm saying, like as I said before, like, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that toughen you up, you know what I'm saying, as far as the gangs, you know what I'm saying, drive-bys, you know what I'm saying, having to sleep on the floor sometimes. But don't get me wrong, all the Compton is not bad. There's some good parts, you know what I'm saying. The media try to depict, you know what I'm saying, and just show the bad parts, but there are good parts in Compton for the most part. But yeah, but I've had some scary times. Shoot, it was just a bunch of us, you know what I'm saying, the homies, whatever, and the homegirls, whatever, that stayed on the block or whatever. And we coming from the little teen club in Compton, chilling, eating our Taco Bell, you know what I'm saying, just chopping it up. A couple of the homegirls sitting in the car, the homies or whatever, you know what I'm saying, some of us outside. And it was just crazy because I'm like messing with the one homegirl, Keisha, and I'm going to like stuck my hand in the window to hit her in the head. She wrote the window up on my arm, and it was just like simultaneously, as soon as she wrote the window up on my arm, some dude just came from behind the bushes and just started busting on us. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even a drive-by, it was a fucking walk-by. These motherfuckers just like, bye, bye. And I'm like trying to pull my arm out the window, and she's screaming, like ducking, like, ah. The homie trying to reach over her, you know what I'm saying, the seat to roll down the window, because that's how long ago it was. It wasn't like the automatic window. You had to like manually roll the motherfucker down. So he trying to reach over her to do that, but can't reach it. And I hear bullets just whizzing by my head. And finally, you know what I'm saying, was able to pull the window down far enough and pull my arm out, scraped up my whole arm, and she booked it. And man, yeah, it was just crazy. Like, it was surprisingly, you know what I'm saying, no fools was a bad shot because nobody got hit. And man, it was one of the most, I mean, I've been in a few shootouts, you know what I'm saying, but that was like probably one of the most scariest because I can actually hear the bullets whizzing by my head.
And you're just a sitting duck because your arm is stuck in the window.
Yeah, and that shit was just crazy. You know?
Just another day in Compton. They thought you were from the gang that occupies that general area, right? Basically.
Yeah, either that or it was initiation. You know what I'm saying? Something. But needless to say, something like one of the homegirls that was out there, one of the homeboys out there, her brother was there out, like right there, and his uncle, who was from Kelly Park, was right there. So they ran in the house, grabbed their straps, and chased dudes. Whether they ever got caught up to him or not, I don't know. But yeah, it was a scary situation.
You've had a few near-death experiences, and I was included in a couple of them. Now, remind me about the one that I always seem to forget about. It was at a homegirl's party.
Yeah, we was at their little crew party. It was out in like Santa Monica or somewhere like that. And we're up in there in the party, or in the club or whatever, chilling, having a good time. And we making our way through the crowd or whatever, and some fools like started busting in there. And all I remember was I had a flashback, like when we was in high school, and you my lineman, and I'm the running back. Yes, I used to play running back.
And I was lineman.
And I got my hand on the back of your shoulder. You just molding motherfuckers over, and we beeline into the back door. We get out, boom. We walking down the street to get to the car, and then some fools like in a Suburban or something roll by, start just like lighting up the street. We wound up diving behind some damn bushes and then got up and booked into the car. Man, that shit was some crazy ass shit. Like, it was like, what the fuck? Like,
is that the same night we got pulled over just before?
Yes.
And we literally, I should have been going to jail that night, but remind me what happened that night. Tell everybody what happened that night.
Well, earlier in the day, we was at Dog House washing the Jetta.
The legendary Jetta.
And on the way to the spot, you know what I'm saying, we hotboxing it, and we wound up getting pulled over. And I'm like, shit, like we going to jail because this old paranoid motherfucker about to like get us caught up. And officer, there was a young sheriff too.
Obviously, we were smoking. Like, we roll down the windows and smoke is coming out, type shit, right?
And yeah, and he walks up to the car, whatever, and starts questioning us or whatever. And he asked us if we been smoking. He was like, nah. He was like, well, honestly, yeah, we were earlier when I was washing my car, so the smell is still in my car, plus the smoke.
Yeah, the smoke is still in there too, apparently.
But yeah, so the smell is still in my car. But honestly, obviously, I did smoke earlier. He was like, all right, well, I'm gonna have you do these sorority tests, and if you pass, I'll let you go. And I'm just like, oh fuck, we fucked. This paranoid motherfucker about to tell me shit. But this motherfucker sobered up like that and got it done. I was
to this day, I don't know how I did it.
I was shocked with everything. I thought we was in trouble. I was like, oh, fuck it. Plus, it was a young, you know what I'm saying, Caucasian, you know what I'm saying, sheriff. I was just like two young black motherfuckers. I thought it was a rap. But it was cool. He was like, man, I think he used to smoke because he was like, man, I understand how it is. And yada. He was just like, next time, be smart and don't be smoking marijuana with a busted tail light.
I had a busted tail light at this time. This is how dumb we were. Just hotboxing with a busted tail light. And what's the cream of the crop? What did he do after that? After all that, he gave us directions to where we needed to go, right?
He's like,
man, dude, crazy time, dog. Talk about when Freaknic came to Southern California. You and I went out to San Bernardino, and another shootout ensued.
Well, that was just a whole screwed up situation in itself because it was supposed to be some big auditorium, like arena, and last minute I guess something happened and they wound up moving it to a Boys and Girls Club in San Bernardino. So you got all these people you sold tickets to, pre-sale tickets to, that's expecting to be at like this big arena, and we wound up getting all stuffed in Boys and Girls Club in San Bernardino, and it was so many people out there, and people forcing their ways to get in. They really couldn't monitor, you know what I'm saying? The security wasn't strong enough to monitor people getting in because it was just people like just pushing their way in. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, people got in with straps. And we in there chilling, having a good time, and then we heard like E40 or somebody was there over like in the gym area. So we were like, hey man, let's go over there. So we making our way through the crowd to get over there, you know what I'm saying, to the gym to go see E40 and whatever other artists was over there. And some females wind up stopping us and dancing with us. Like, they stopped us, grabbed us, and, you know what I'm saying, start twerking on us, whatever. So, you know, us being us, you know what I'm saying, we getting it in.
They were angels.
Luckily, they did that and stopped us, because if they didn't stop us right there, we would have been right in the shooting area where they started shooting and people got shot. And when the shots start ringing out, obviously people start trampling out of there. Mind you, like I said, the place wasn't that big. Everybody's trying to like go down this one little narrow hallway. So people getting trampled, stumped over. You know what I'm saying? I think even my brother wound up getting knocked down.
I lost my new lug that night. I bought some brand new blue lugs. Lost one of those.
Brother when he got knocked down, wound up losing his car keys.
Mm-hmm.
So we outside now, you know what I'm saying? By this time, the popo there, you know what I'm saying? And they start tear gassing us to disperse the crowd. And we can't leave because we have no car keys.
We're probably 100 miles from our home.
And we all the way in San Bernardino. We live in Compton, so it's just like, damn, like, shit, what we gonna do? So once everything kind of calmed down, well, we did meet these females who was out our way, and they said they would give us a ride, but when they started tear gassing us, we got separated from them, so we wound up losing our ride.
Let's talk about when you and I used to work at Little Caesars Pizza.
They don't want to hear about that.
So,
they gonna stop eating that Little Caesars
They're not
pizza.
ready. We're not going to get too deep into it, but we're going to talk about a couple situations that we had. So I worked at Little Caesars and ended up getting Camille the job, and shit, the rest is history and great stories from then on out. But specifically, I want to talk about the unfortunate time that you guys got robbed and you got a gun put to your head. And you took my shift. I was supposed to be working, and I explained the whole situation from your memory.
So New Year's Eve, like 97, 98, something like that. No, what year was that?
97. I would say 7 or 8.
Like 97 or 8.
Yeah, it had to be 7 or 8.
And I'm clocking out of work, you know what I'm saying? I went to the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? Washed up, whatever, changed my clothes. I'm like got suited and, well, not suited and booted, but I got, you know what I'm saying, dressed to the nines, ready to, you know what I'm saying, get out and go party. And I'm walking out, and the phones is ringing off the hook, you know what I'm saying, for orders. And I see they busy, so I was like, you know what, let me help them out on my way out. So I pick up the phone to take an order. It happens to be the homegirl whose house I'm going to for the party. So I was like, so she telling me, so I was like, don't even worry about it. I ain't even gonna charge you, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just make the pieces and bring them. So I'm on the phone, and some dude just come run in, jump, slide over the counter, put a snub nose Chrome 38 to my head, was like, hang up the phone. No problem. So I dropped the phone or whatever. He like make us all get over to the side, you know what I'm saying, while he got old girl clearing out the register. And he's asking for the key to the safe. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, he didn't know anything, because if he'd have just looked down, he would have saw the key hanging right there next to the safe. But we were like, hey, the manager ain't here, you know what I'm saying, yada yada. So, and then there's a customer in there, and he just over there, oh my God, please. And he was like, hey man, shut up, I told you I ain't gonna hurt nobody, just be quiet and just chill over there. And the dude just kept on like, he just like just going off like scared and shit, like, man, just shut the fuck up, let this dude do what he gotta do and get the fuck up out of here. So dude like finished robbing the register or whatever. He not even out the door yet, and I can't even remember the girl name who was on the register, is going towards the phone. And I'm like, man, what the hell are you doing? I was like, get the fuck away from that phone, let him get out and down the street in his car, wherever the fuck he gonna go, let him go. I don't want him turning around, see you going to the phone, come here, either pop us or we got a hostage situation. No, let this motherfucker go. And I'm like, who you calling anyway? This bro wasn't even calling the police, she calling the supervisor. Like, what the fuck is he gonna do besides call the cops himself? It's like, are you freaking serious? So at this point, I'm just like all fucked up in the head, like, man, like, I can't believe this shit, you know what I'm saying? If I had a gun in my head, like, mind you, I just had a good delivery day, so I got a pocket full of cash, you know what I'm saying? Got my jewelry on, you know, so I'm thinking he was gonna like rob me personally, but he didn't. He just, you know what I'm saying, took what was in the register, you know what I'm saying, and got on. And so at this point, I was just like, I didn't feel like doing shit. I just went home. And I was like, man, went home, and I wasn't gonna do nothing. But I wound up, you know what I'm saying, going out later on. But that shit was just a crazy situation. And I didn't even wait for the police to get there. I was like, hey, if the cops want my statement, just had them. This how long ago? I was like, here, y'all just page me. And I come back or whatever, or call them and give them my statement. I was like, but I'm not sitting here waiting around for them. I'm getting the fuck up out of here or whatnot. But yeah, that's how it went down, man.
I had our boy Bone on recently, and he told the story about when he almost lost his life coming back from a function.
We hop in the car, we get a Hennessy bottle thrown at the car, shattered and everything, and nobody like got heat with him at the time. So we just like, you know what? It's time to roll. So we hop on the freeway, 110. And this is how I know it's a higher being, man, because something just told me, a voice just told me, like, put your head down now. And as soon as I put my head down, somebody shot through the window, actually where my head would have been. And the bullet penetrated the window. It ended up sticking in the driver's side, the driver's panel, door panel, actually at the top. And so I know it's a higher being out there, man, because if I didn't trust that voice and put my head down, you know what I'm saying, my head would have been gone.
You were in the same car where that bullet almost hit Bone. What do you remember about that night from your point of view?
I remember after the whole little step show, after party, we got split up. And my brother, DeRay and them, they was somewhere. And then it was like me, you know what I'm saying, Boosie, Bone, we all in the car. And we looking for this other knucklehead, somewhat of a homie at the time. And we rolling around the block, we finally see him, and he was getting into it, looked like he was getting into it with some dude. And next thing you know, he come hopping in the car, and he just talking shit like, yeah, that motherfucker didn't want none or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I start banging on him like MOB blood, whoop, whoop, and he didn't want none. And when we pull off, the dude throw like a glass bottle at the car. And we were just like, you know what, man, fuck it, let's just get out of here. Let's get to the house. Mind you, when we seen him, he was standing next to like an SUV. And see, I know we on the 110 freeway headed back to Compton, and car pull up on the side of us and just start dumping. Bah, bah, bah. And you know what I'm saying, the car get hit, you know what I'm saying, the bullet come through the back window, you know what I'm saying, where the homie Bone was at, went to this roof of, you know what I'm saying, the driver where Boosie was at. There's bullet holes in the door where I'm at in the front. And I remember just hearing fuck. And then Bone head like down or whatever. And like he was down for a minute. We like, hey, Bone, you alright? Like for about good like 5 minutes. Well, it might have not been 5 minutes. It seemed like it because just everything that was happening. But we were like, you know what I'm saying, like trying to shake him and like, you alright? Because we didn't know if he got hit or not, because he was just like down, squat down like that for like a minute. So we was just like trying to like see if there's blood, see if he hit, because he ain't saying nothing. And then I remember him just popping up and like, fuck, like real loud. You know what I'm saying? And we was like, man, what the fuck? And I think the only thing that saved our life, especially him, was because we was in a mid-sized SUV, and if they was in the SUV we seen them standing by, we'd probably all been dead. But we was in a mid-sized SUV, so we're sitting up, and they were in a lower car, so they had to shoot up, aim up. So that's why the trajectory of the bullet went, you know what I'm saying, up and through the ceiling. But if we was in the same level car, it'd probably been a wrap for a couple of us. It was like we thought we was dead. We thought we was dead, and we finally get to the house. As normal people, like, we just like, man, this night is over. Like, this is fucked up shit. Everybody did, like, the homies get to the house, most of them getting in their cars, and everybody going their separate ways. The asshole that get us caught up in this mess is still trying to, like, on my phone, paging bras, trying to get bras to come to my house. I'm like, man, if you don't get the fuck up on my house right now, it's about to be a fucking problem. And I was like, this night is done. There ain't nobody coming over here, man. Get the fuck up on my house. So he winds up leaving. This fool gets home, called my house talking about if anybody called back. He's still worried about getting some ass when we almost just died. And the one thing about this, and that was the last time I ever dealt with that individual ever again in my life. It was like, man, I'm not fucking with you no more. But the one fact is, every time we went out, he was always getting us into some shit. And this time he almost cost us our lives. Like, I kid you not, he's one of those guys that had that little man complex. You bump him in the club, he ready to fight. You get drunk, he ready to fight. step on his shoe, he ready to fight. And the funny thing is, he was always getting us in these fights, but be the only one that get his ass whooped out of all of us. Always like quick to fight and getting us in all this shit, but always getting his ass whooped. And this time he almost, you know what I'm saying, got us like took it out, and I was just like, I'm done. It's a wrap with me. Like I can't affiliate or hang around with nobody like that no more. Like he's just too much of a hothead, and this time it almost cost, you know what I'm saying, people their lives. You know what I'm saying? And the thing was, nigga wasn't even from no hood, but claiming the hood, and almost got us all killed. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm done.